Right now, I'm building an AI-powered quiz app for a supplement company. This is not a lead magnet, it is not a PDF, it is a quiz that gives people an actual outcome. So how can a mix of supplements fix their problem with cognitive performance? And the most interesting part is that the co-founders came with a very clear problem at the beginning. They weren't sure which ICP problems they were really solving with this supplements product. So on one hand, it feels obvious, but on the other hand, they were not quite sure. So that quiz was the proposed solution, and we are just about to launch it. So I'm kind of excited, to be honest. So what the quiz immediately revealed, very quickly we ran into a problem that had pretty much nothing to do with AI yet. The company wasn't clear on how to answer the question, which specific pain does our product solve and for whom exactly? So obviously they had customers, they had sales, they had marketing assets and lead magnets and blog posts and whatnot. But as we started designing the quiz logic, it became clear how hard it was to define outcomes precisely. So there are different ICPs or sub-ICPs with slightly different pains, similar promises, and in the end there is one product, right? So the quiz didn't just expose this confusion. The quiz was the solution to help us overcome this problem. The traditional lead magnets hide this problem. If you just think about it for a while, you know, these lead magnets where you go to a website, you enter email, and then you download a PDF, you know, these lead magnets are really forgiving and they let companies remain vague. Download the guide, get the checklist, learn more later, get the PDF now. So companies collect emails without forcing decisions. So if you compare it with quizzes, prospective customers have the option to decide whether they like this or that, whether they have a problem X or problem Y. So quizzes work this way. You know, a quiz asks uncomfortable questions. What do you struggle with most? How often do you lose focus and struggle to get back on track? How often do you forget names or words or where you put things? Or, for example, do you experience digestive discomfort or food coma after lunch? Or another question from our quiz was, how many days per week do you exercise for more than 30 minutes? So every question is a strategic commitment from the prospect. And this is why quizzes are so helpful. With tools like Cursor and modern AI tools, now we can build such applications quickly. We can generate and adapt logic based on what does the prospect answer. We can personalize outcomes. We can generate results that are super precise, and we can deploy to production without a team. How cool this is, right? Like 1 or 2 people can do this now. 10 years ago, this would have required multiple developers, a QA test manager, a sysadmin to take care of the infrastructure. But today, the execution is cheap. We can launch such quiz within 2 weeks. So this is the real shift that I'm seeing across clients. I'm seeing this pattern where companies are moving from content that promises value sometime later, download the PDF and read it, to interfaces that interact with the prospect, with the lead, and then these interfaces force the prospect to make decisions, to answer questions. We are talking about quizzes, diagnostic forms, assessment forms, calculators. And this is not because this is more trendy and more fancy than the lead magnets, but because when execution stops being scarce, clarity becomes the product. We can help customers or prospective customers now understand what's going on. If they have a certain problem or a set of problems, we can help them uncover what is the root cause of the problem and how different products could help them overcome those problems. So the clarity becomes the product. The uncomfortable implication for businesses is figuring out how to deploy this into the marketing strategy. So if you don't know which pain you solve best and for whom you are solving the pain, also who not to target, then AI is most likely just a big distraction for you. If you would like to benefit from AI, then I would suggest to use it to force sharper decisions so that at the end you know what specific product to offer, to whom exactly, and in what way. Okay, so what product to offer, to whom exactly, and in what way. What's the most compelling way? Like, for example, in this quiz, we are asking the prospect whether they have heard of nootropics. If they haven't, we need to adjust the language. AI can help us do that. We need to use less technical language, and this way we can explain the supplements and the content of the product in an easier way, so to speak. Okay, so in the past, I used tons of lead magnets that over 20,000 people downloaded. And I was a big fan of lead magnets. I used ClickFunnels all over the place. But I think AI made those lead magnets obsolete, because why would you, as a prospect, why would you download a generic PDF that someone wrote 2 years ago with top 10 strategies on whatever topic, if you can just answer a few questions based on your current problems right here, right now, and get a list of top 10 personalized strategies for you? Customize, tailor to your specific situation, explain in a language that you can understand. Okay, so if you would like to understand your customers better, my team and I can help you design and build AI-powered quizzes, diagnostics, calculators, and turn vague assumptions about your ICP into clear outcomes. Okay, so if you would like to learn more, reach out to me, get in touch through the website. You can visit califlow.ai and book a call with me, and we will talk about details. Okay, so I'm a big believer in the personalized quizzes, calculators, diagnostics, and I'm sure we can figure out how to deploy something like this in your case as well.